Yo, what's up, chat? It's your boy Suge again, and I'm back with another video. Hey man, know y'all see me drop 2 videos in one day, sometimes a video every day, sometimes a video every other day, but just know I'm being consistent, and I'm dropping videos. I don't see nothing slowing me down. A lot of people been engaged with the channel. I ain't gonna count. The comments, the emails, my email's always in my bio, so feel free to contact. I always can drop a question, comment, anything down there in the comment section. I even have some people email me say they start school tomorrow, or they go with their trainer in 3 days, but they got questions, and my main thing is to help out the next driver. You're gonna eventually find this stuff out anyway, so I'm like, what's the point of holding back a video? Let's get these videos out. So I'm dropping videos. In return, I'm just asking, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. That's it. I know it's some people that watch my channel, they ain't subscribed, but I appreciate y'all too, because y'all giving me the view. If somebody, watching, that's good. As long as I help out somebody at the end of the day, perfectly fine. I also want to say to the people that are starting with Stevens, congratulations. First 3 months, it might be a little rough, but if you can make it past those first 3 months, the rest is gonna be easy. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for the beginning that I say. I don't have too much more to really just tell some people. I'm just trying to think. No, that's pretty much it. I'm a on the road company driver at Stevens Transport, and today we'll talk about fuel. Somebody asked me about fuel violations. Can you drive the cab to the store while waiting at the shipper, or can you drive while you're on your 10-hour? So this how it works. As a company driver, you will get a company card, and you're gonna use that card to pay for fuel. Most of the time, you're gonna use that card for trailer washouts and stuff too. You also gonna have some checks just in case you need to give some of these shippers and stuff checks, or maybe a cash advance or something like that. But you'll get checks. But for the most part, we use company cards for the fuel. You always gonna have the company card for fuel, so don't lose that company card. When you get a load, on the tablet, it's gonna ask you how much fuel in your truck. So that's how you let Stevens know how much fuel in your truck, and they determine where you get fuel at as a company driver. So when you have to get fuel, you must stop at these fuel stops as a company driver. Now, some loads you might not need fuel, so you ain't gonna have a fuel stop. It's not every load you just need fuel. It just depends on how many miles and where you going and stuff like that, and how much fuel you already got. For the most part, most of the time when I get fuel, they always, I would say, throw a little bit more. Like when it's time to fill up your truck, they're gonna give you a high number just to fill up your truck. Or if the gas cheap to them or whatever, they'll give you a number to make sure your truck is at least full. So it might say 125, and you might put 118. Cool, they have no problem with it. It'll be times where I might get gas here 60 gallons, and then my next fuel stop I might get 90. Just make sure you get the fuel that they're telling you to get. It's been time where I accidentally went over like 1 or 2, and that's because don't try to fill up on your driver's side first and then go to your passenger side, because you can't even see the number. I would say fill up on your passenger side first and then come back to your driver's side and fill up. Or some people, it depends on, like, if you got 60, if you got to get 60 gallons, put 20 over there and put 40 over here. Eventually you're gonna learn your truck and learn how many gallons do this side take, how many gallons do this side take. If you gotta fill up, then just fill up over on your passenger side first, then come back on the driver's side so you can look at the number while you finish filling up. So yeah, that's pretty much how fuel work. It sounded like I was saying filling up. Yeah, I probably was saying, but that's how fuel work as a company driver. Fuel violations. Now, I done went over like 1 or 2 gallons maybe accidentally when I filled up on this side, then try to come over here, then stop, and then try to run over there and see things. So I accidentally went over like 1 or 2, but I mean, I can't tell you about no fuel violation because I haven't received a fuel violation. I don't try to, just do stuff to learn like that way. Like I don't do that type of stuff. Now, if it tell you get 60 and you get 80 or 90, that might be a problem. I don't know. I don't know how that work. I wouldn't be trying to get no fuel violation. The fuel that they tell you to get, you should be good off that fuel. So, if anything, if you happen to run out of fuel, they'll have roadside for you. Hey, I know that's funny. He told I run out of fuel, but hopefully you don't run out of fuel. I had a situation where I ran out of fuel, and next time I know, like, I had to learn my truck. But like, I was going somewhere where I put fuel, but I'm guessing I didn't run my. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to see how to explain it. My MPGs wasn't up high enough. I wasn't getting to the 8. I was going up and down hills, so I was like in the 6s, I guess. I don't know, but I ran out of fuel on the hill, so I had to call roadside, and they brought me some fuel. And it been times where if you don't tell that tablet that you know what your real fuel is, like let's say you got half of fuel and you got a little bit more than half, like say you got, like, I don't know the numbers that they be saying, but say you got more than half on the tablet just because you ain't pay attention, you're going to be having to call the fuel to try to get some fuel, because you're going to have to let them know, like, hey, my gas light on, I might not make this fuel stop that is, telling me to make it. So they'll, find you somewhere, the nearest place, and get you some gas, as far as like a Pilot and Loves. For the most part now, I understand. Normally when my fuel light come on, if it come on, I probably got like a good maybe 80 to 100 miles to go. Like I done made it without, like, my MPGs was pretty high though. Like I had like 12 MPGs and it was on cruise control, and I was able to make like 80 to 100 miles, 80 to 100 more miles, like, on low. It really was going from like low to a little bit of white, like on the fuel line. So it was like back and forth because the road I was on. Can you drive the cab to the store and stuff while you waiting? Well, while you at the shipper or something like that. So this how it works. If they got on-site parking at the shipper, or if you can park on the side, or however the trucks normally park up there, depending on where you go, Stevens, they'll probably want you to park there, but it depends on where you at, because it's kind of optional. Sometimes I might drop off a trailer and the place might not have parking or something, or the parking might be full, and they'll tell you like, hey, it's a Pilot or it's a TA or something that's 3-4 miles away. If you want to wait, we'll give you a call, and then you'll just go up there. Or if you need to shower or something, go up there. But if I would say most of the time, if you need something, I'll get it before I go there, especially if I know ahead of time that they got parking at the shipper, so I ain't gotta, come here and then leave and come right back. I try to save my clock. So it just depends. If you know that you dropping off this trailer and your load ain't ready till maybe 2 days later, I mean, of course, you might want to drive somewhere, because you don't want to probably just sit up here for 2 days. I don't know. But just remember, you're going to be getting paid while you waiting. So I will try to get there, do my post trip and stuff like that, and then try to start my 10, if anything. They also ask if you can drive on your 10. I mean, that's kind of how you know you can't drive on your 10, because you're going to be in a sleeper or you're going to be off duty. So that would be like a violation if they catch you driving a truck and, you in your 10-hour break, because that's going to start over everything, and then that's going to mess up your whole little tablet thing. You're going to have to, I don't know, I can't tell you that like that. You're going to have to adjust some stuff. You're going to start your approach of everything, because if you go over 5 miles in a truck, it's going to change you to driving. You don't want to be basically driving on your 10-hour. Now, if some change where you just have to do something and have to go, okay, cool. Just remember, your 10-hour finna start over. You finna have to redo that. You better hope you have drive time to actually drive. So, yeah. Fuel, you get a company card. Make sure you get fuel. Fuel violations, I can't tell you about that, because I have no problem with, getting fuel. I get the proper amount of fuel that it's telling me to get. drive cab to the store, depending on how far away it is, and if it's parking at the shipper. No, you can't drive on your 10-hour. If you do, you're gonna start your whole 10-hour over. And I mean, Steven's not gonna trip. Like, if something happened where you just gotta mess up your 10-hour and stuff like that, okay, cool. But if you just like literally, like, you can't drive down the street going 5 miles, so you better not get caught doing that. But if you just like literally, I don't know what I would say about it, but you'll learn how to run your clock when you get in the truck. Once you start your 10, I try not to get out my 10. I try to finish my 10. Once you finish your 10, you get a full clock to drive. You get a full 11 hours to drive. If you start driving between your 10, now you finna mess up your clock. How much time you had left before you started your 10, that's how much time you got now. Or you finna be in a violation if you out of time. So, yeah. Everybody that's tuned in with me, thank you for tuning in. Oh, let me know, let y'all know something like this. Also, they have like a split that's on the clock too. So it been times where I might not could do my 10, or it been times where I might be waiting at the shipper or the receiver for like 7-8 hours. So I haven't been driving that whole amount of time. And like on the regular, it's like, say you start at 5. 14 hours from that, due to, math and stuff like that, that's when you're supposed to basically be just total done for the day. Sometimes you'll go to the shipper and you'll take like basically a split. A split is when you take a 2-hour break and then you take another 8-hour break. So sometimes you might be in that situation where you somewhere for 8 hours and you gotta go. So you'll get the drive and then you gotta take your 2 hours break somewhere else. Like, you'll learn how to work the split when you get in the truck. The split is just splitting your 10 in 2 different like times. It's not no 5 and 5. You gotta do 9 times out of 10. You gotta do 8 and 2. That's just how the split works. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Sugar again. I'm out. Peace.